I'm at this place called Peace Awareness Labyrinth and Gardens, I think it's called, in West Adams, and it's beautiful. It's super beautiful. There's all these tables and chairs. This is what they call the meditation garden part. Basically, it's kind of this huge mansion that some Italian dude in the early 20th century bought, and he and his wife made a lot of money. I can't remember before or during or after, whatever. They harvested wine, and they made tons and tons and tons of money doing that. In the 1970s, a guy named John Roger, I think is his name, bought this house and property and started kind of this spiritual seminary type of thing, non-denominational place. Apparently one of the members of the Beach Boys, not Brian Wilson, but one of the others, was like involved with John Rogers' program or whatever, and a couple other famous people, but that doesn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's free here. It's free, and I found it online through various searches of random things, and so you have to reserve. You have to make a reservation, but it is free. And when I first got here, they asked me if I wanted to do a meditation. It was kind of weird because there was a group of people and they singled me out, and they were like, I can tell that you would enjoy meditation. They didn't ask anybody else. And they asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, cool. So I was the only one that did the meditation, and it was with this guy, I can't remember his name, but it was pretty cool. It was, it involved, so I guess that's why I'm making this video, to describe this meditation to you. So the guy basically, it was a guided meditation for 20 minutes. And first he started on the breath. There was a little bit of chanting. We chanted H-U together, Q. We would chant that three, like each time we chanted it, we would do it 3 times, and then we would stop. And apparently that's some old word for God. And then we did that a series of times, and he kind of encouraged me to visualize light and to cultivate great, gratitude, which he said gratitude and grace are inseparable. So he was encouraging me to feel gratitude, and in doing so to kind of receive some sort of grace. He wanted me to cultivate a sense of unconditional love, especially for myself. And each time we would do that, kind of, to think about gratitude, and then we would chant, think about unconditional love, and then we would chant. As always, anytime you do a chant, it does have some sort of kind of almost hypnotic and effect, and definitely the vibrations are always just physiologically powerful in my experience. And after we did some chanting and we did some kind of visualization of light, light and energy, he broke out some instruments, and he encouraged me, and by the way, I had my eyes closed the whole time. He encouraged me to listen to the sound, the silence between the sounds. So I tried to do that, and he said that over time while he was playing the instruments, that the sounds, there would be kind of no distinction between inner and outer, and like the sounds would almost be experienced as if they were inside me, I guess. I didn't completely transport into that frame of mind or whatever, or into that state, but it was definitely calming, and you know, the language that this place seems to use, I specifically asked the woman who was one of the hosts, I asked her if it was linked to any religion or denomination. She said no. She said it's more about kind of the light and spirit within all of us. I mean, I enjoy some of the language that they use here. They do use the word God a lot, but they also don't always use it. I was reading through one of the books from John Roger, which is on the table up there. All the books are only $1, which is pretty cool. But I was reading through one of the books that was called like the Tao of Spirit or something like that. That's the one that caught my eye, and some of the pieces, you know, referenced God and some didn't. And I guess I'm just curious about like how they define God in this context. From what I've gathered, it seems like maybe synonymous with that inner light that they claim that each of us has. So anyways, the meditation was pretty cool, and the guy was very, very nice, and he seemed genuine. There's a slight feeling here of, I don't know, it seems borderline cultish, this whole thing, but you know, I mean, it's free. They don't seem like they're trying to take my money. The books were $1, as I said. The meditation was free. Now that I've like come here and been guided, they said that I can come here whenever I want and just walk around the gardens and stuff. So there is a labyrinth up there that is modeled after some labyrinth that was built in like a French cathedral. I might have that wrong, but basically it's supposed to be modeled after sacred geometry, and the idea is that instead of having to travel to some far off place as like a spiritual pilgrimage, you can just have this kind of labyrinth or maze in your backyard basically, and anybody can have kind of this, you know, micro or inner pilgrimage by following your intuition through the labyrinth. I guess it's not hard to find the right path in it. It seems pretty self-evident. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go walk through the labyrinth and then get out of here. So thanks for watching. Bye.